We have started with chapter 1, the food and their sources, and now this is the second part of the chapter, that what is written here, what do animals eat. So previously have already studied about the sources of our food and from where we get the different types of food, like from the plants and animals. And now we will study about the animals, what they eat. And based on their feeding habits, the animals are categorized into different parts, different types. So on the feeding habits means what are the foods that the animals eat. Based on that, the animals are classified into different categories. Under that, number 1 is herbivore. You can see from the term itself, herbivore. Herbi means plant and vor means eater. So those animals that feed on plants are called the herbivores. They don't feed on any other animals. Like for example, cow, just common example, deer, goat, buffalo. These are all examples of herbivores because they feed on plants. Now there should be some special features to identify the herbivores. What are the special features? You can see what is written here, blunt teeth. The herbivores generally they feed on plants, so they need wide and blunt teeth. Why? Because they need to pull off the plants from the ground. The plants have deep rooted the plants have the roots that are deeply binded with the soil, so they have to pull the plants so that they can eat easily. For pulling the plants from the soil, the herbivores need blunt and white teeth. Number 2 feature you can see here, rumination. What is the meaning of this? When you can see or sometimes you try to observe a cow while it is sitting on a field, you can see continuously the cow is chewing something. Sometimes I think you have noticed that cow, goat, buffalo, when they are sitting and relaxing, they continuously chew something, whereas in nearby there may not be some grasses lying there, but they are chewing. So what is this process? This process is called as rumination, which is the ability to bring back the previously swallowed food. Whatever the cow or the goat or the buffalo, deer, they have taken inside their stomach, they can bring it back once again, whatever they have swallowed, okay, and bring it back once again to the mouth, so that they can once again chew it and again send back into the stomach. So this process of chewing the food once again, bringing back the food into the mouth once again, is called what? Rumination. This gives enough time for their digestion. Even if they are incompletely digested, they can again send back into their mouth and again they will chew, so that the digestion is complete. It takes a lot of time. Next, number 3 is broad, sharp-edged front teeth. Sometimes some of the herbivores eat nuts and they need a broad and sharp-edged front teeth to crack the nuts. For example, in squirrels. I think all of you have seen squirrels moving here and there on the tree. They mainly eat on the nuts and the fruits. So need to crack the nuts. For cracking the nuts, they have broad and sharp front teeth. And some herbivores are also, like insects, they have straw-like mouth, so that they can easily suck the nectar from the flowers or the fruit juices. So for that, they have the straw-like mouth, which is called what? Proboscis, mainly in the butterfly. So now what you have discussed about the herbivores, which are the plants that eat on the animals that eat on the plants. For example, cow, deer and goat. Okay. The next one is the category which is called the carnivores. Carnivores are those animals that are called the flesh-eating animals. That means they eat on the flesh of other animals. For example, lion, tiger, eagle. And what is the special feature they will have? And they will have the most important feature, which is called the sharp pointed teeth. They need to tear the flesh. So for tearing the flesh, they need what? Sharp pointed teeth. All the carnivores will have sharp pointed teeth so that they can tear and bite on the flesh of other animals. Sometimes some other carnivores which are feeding on the other animals will have long sticky tongue, like in frogs. In frogs, the tongue are full, as in human being. The tongue you can see is attached at the back, but in frog, the tongue is attached in front and is rolled back. So when it has to take any insect inside its mouth, the tongue opens outside and then it becomes sticky so that it can get the insect, and take it into the mouth. So it has a long sticky tongue. And number 3, you can see several small teeth in the shark to tear the flesh of other animals. And the third one is the omnivores, that is feeding on everything. Those that feed on plant and animals both are called the omnivores. For example, man, crow, bear. They eat everything, all plants and animals. They have sharp pointed beak, as in crow, they have sharp pointed beak, and in human being they have different types of teeth, so that plants and animals are both be chewed properly and digested. Okay. And the last category is scavengers and decomposers. Scavengers are those that feed on the flesh of dead animals, and decomposers are those that feed and degrade the dead plants and animals. Degrade means to decompose. Okay. So next class we will continue about the scavengers and decomposers once again. Still now we have done herbivores, carnivores and omnivores, and the last category scavengers and decomposers.